So first to start, my name is Eunice Landu. I am a real estate investor. I am a pastor. I am a mother. I am a wife. And I dabble in many different entrepreneurial areas. And so She's All That and More is a movement that has birthed from a vision that God gave me. And it was supposed to be something that encourages women to be able to manifest the God-given gifts in all aspects of life. And so just like I said about myself, I am a mother, I am a wife, I am an entrepreneur, I am also a pastor, that we do not always have to choose between one or another to be able to actually live our God-given abilities, whether it is in what we call secular or it is in the spiritual sphere. The Bible says that we are called to be kings and priests. We don't have to be just kings. We don't have to be just priests. We can be both. Of course, according to your calling, and it's possible to do them and do them excellently. And so She's All That and More is a movement that encourages, challenges women to come out of the box that they may have been put into. Just because you are a mother or married doesn't mean that your dreams have to go to sleep. You can handle them all. The Lord gives ability to all. And so when we organize our events, our goal is really to awaken the potential that lies dormant in you, whether it's your spiritual potential to be able to be the Proverbs 31 woman that does not allow her light to go out at night, where she intercedes for our household, to become that intercessor, whether it is that dream that you have laid aside because of fulfilling another dream of maybe getting married, having children, and now you wanted to be a lawyer, or what it is that you wanted to do, but you feel like it's impossible. Our verse of base, we were really inspired when I read the Word of God in Judges chapter 4, verse 4. The Bible introduces a wonderful woman by the name of Deborah. And it says, Deborah, she was not only just a female, her name reveals that she is a female, but she was a wife, she was a judge, and she was a prophetess. She was all that and more. So the name says it all. You are all that you have been being, but there is more. There is another side of you that yet needs to be revealed, that yet needs to be encouraged, that yet needs to be manifested. And so there is a group, there is a school of women that are already doing that, walking in those things, that have gone through things, that you are all that and more. You are resilient. You can do all that you set your mind to do. There's a treasure that lays dormant inside of you that the world is waiting to see its manifestation. The first time I thought about this vision of She's All That and More was early 2000s. I visited a women's shelter, and when I arrived at that shelter, obviously this was a shelter where women were fleeing for their lives because they were in danger of some sort. And when I arrived there, I was just observing the women all around me. Some of them were bruised, some of them had broken legs, some of them, you could just see that mentally they were not okay, but most of them had their children with them. And with that, they were taking care of the children, they were surviving the day-to-day, still doing what was expected of them. And that's for me, for the first time, that I really looked at a woman and realized the strength that we carry, the potential to make things happen no matter what is going around us. The children were happy, the children were running around. Some of them, I could see that they were oblivious of what was even happening, because no matter what the woman was going through, she made sure that she had a shelter, she had safety for her children. They came first. And that's where it came to me. It's like, she is all that and more. Even though she's in a broken state, she's still able to rise. She's still able to thrive. She's still able to make sure that everything around her still works, still is functioning the way it's supposed to be functioning. And so that's the moment that I said, if one day I get the privilege to do something for the women, I will definitely call it She's All That and More, to show the women that no matter where you are today, you may be broken, you may be completely just devastated. Life may have knocked you down. Circumstances may have put barriers before you, but you can rise from that. You are all that and more. So that's the vision of She's All That and More. Well, like I said, the question by itself is a challenge to answer. Obviously, in the 10 years, we've encountered many things. We have overcome many things. We have conquered many things along the way. And when we started in 2016, the challenge that we were encountering, that I was seeing as far as I could see, is that wherever I went, wherever we went, you could see there was a divide between the kingship and the priesthood. As in, you were in a space, it was what was announced or pronounced or delivered or was focused on was more the priesthood. I'm like, you have to pray, and you have to read your scriptures, and you need to know where to stand, and you need to fight this battle in the spirit. And then you had to go somewhere else to again get then the encouragement or the push to your priesthood, for your kingship. So there was not really a place where I felt that there was both sides of a human person was being addressed. And so when we started, there was a confusion. It was a bit of a confusion. It's like, what is it now? Is it a conference? Is it a Christian conference? Or is it a business conference? What is it that we are trying to do? And so every time you start something that a lot of people or the people that you're engaging have not yet seen, there's a lot of disbelief. There's a lot of, let's see what this is going to be. And so you don't right away have many hands in the plow, helping you to plow or to make things happen. And so that was definitely one of the challenges that we encountered, getting the people to actually come or understand the vision. And if they did come, it was more in an observant way rather than a participation of the people. So that's one of the challenges that we definitely encountered in the early years. And as you can see, when we do the conference, on the second day, we always have a hall that we rent to really show the aspect, because in the first day, we focus on the priesthood, on the prayer, on the spiritual aspect. And the second day, we focus more on the outer person, the king, the kingship, the dominion part of the person that you need to take. And so we go to a place where it's not an environment that is common to hold conferences for a lot of people. And so finances, having the finances come, having partners, again, I'm going to go back to the same thing, people that see the vision the way you see it, having the partners, having even the people to come and speak in the way you want them to speak, to convey the message that you want them to convey. So that's that. And also your team, my team. I've had the privilege to have the most amazing teams over the year. From the moment I started She's All That and More, there was an amazing team. When we started She's All That and More, it started out of the church, House of Grace for All Nations. So it was the women mainly of the church that really put their hands on the plow. And so, but then also for them to understand exactly what the vision was, that was the challenge that we really encountered. A challenge that I believe now, 10 years later, we have faced, and there is now understanding and there is excitement that has been built around the vision. And there is assistance that have come for the vision. And as we continue to grow, we continue to believe that much more is ahead of us, and we will see the fulfillment of what it is that we believe is to come. So, and one of the challenges is, of course, when you're pioneering something and people are not familiar with it, to really have partners, to have entrepreneurs that engage themselves in your vision. When people have successfully worked themselves out of maybe the image of only being priests, and then finally they are kings, and then you're calling them into something, and they know that you are a pastor, like, is this another church activity? The biggest problem that we've had for a very long time, it's really trying to make sure that people understood that this was not just a strictly church activity. It was an activity that has a spiritual aspect to it, but it's not just a church service activity that we come to. So especially for the Saturday, where we are trying to really engage the entrepreneurs and the kings out there, those who are taking territory out there, that has been always, for a really long time, a challenge for people to see in what it is that you're really trying to bring. Another challenge is when the Lord speaks, there's probably a picture that you see. So when I first received the vision of She's All That and More, I received it with excitement. And as many of you out there watching this that are carrying big visions and great visions, as you may know, there comes always a time where you think to yourself, what did I start? What did I start? Like, why did I even start this? Why am I doing this? The challenge of birthing out the vision out of yourself. And when the Lord speaks, when the Lord speaks to you, there's a vision that you have as to how things are going to be. And of course, you don't anticipate that certain people are going to not behave or do the things the way you thought them to do. And sometimes, as those people that carry big visions, there's always a time where discouragement comes, where you feel like, okay, maybe it wasn't God. Maybe I should have never started this. Maybe I should have not said yes to this. Maybe I should have not engaged myself into that. But I want to encourage you and also assure you that there is, after that big push that you put, there is always hope on the other side. And the vision that you carry today is not just for you. The vision that you carry today will be able to birth other visions out. So keep pushing, keep going through, continue to do what you believe in, and the Lord will see you through. What motivates me? There's things that motivate me from what I see happening, and one of them would be the testimonies and the results that people, after they have attended, the result that it brings in their lives, the change and the shift. That will be the what, and I can elaborate on that and give some examples. But there is also a who. I believe whenever the Lord gives you a vision and you have at least one or two people around you that believe in you, that speak courage, that speak perseverance into your life, it helps you to be resilient. It really does. You need someone that's like a sounding board that can remind you of the things that you said that you were going to do. So first of all, I believe when the vision is clear to yourself in the beginning, write it down. Don't only write it down, share it with someone that can be your accountability partner. And for me, it has been my husband, that accountability partner. Every time I said, I can't carry this anymore, I don't want to do this anymore, I am done, what is the point? He'll come back, he'll come to me, and he'll remind me of the things that I said myself in the beginning. When the vision was still exciting, when you first hear the vision and you're like, yes, let's do this with the Lord. And he'll come to me and he'll be like, remember you said this. Remember that this was your goal. Remember this is what you wanted to see. And so as long as you have not yet seen that, you have to continue going. And there's been years where we did not do a conference, and the Lord will just put that heaviness in my heart, and it will push me forward. And so for the results that we have lived in the last 10 years of She's All That and More, is that many other movements have been birthed out of She's All That and More. Many other movements have birthed out of She's All That and More, and they are doing great and they are doing good because they came into a space where the word encouraged them, the prayers gave them a new vision, and then when they saw other women doing what they always thought was going to be impossible for them to do, they also arose and they started running and they started doing what they thought they had to choose between one or another. So success from others gives me the strength and the courage to continue going, because then I remember this vision was not just about me, it was not for myself, but it was for others. And so when you see the result in others, it really truly encourages me. So that's what keeps me going. And so, like I said earlier, when the Lord gives you a vision, there is something that you see how it's going to be and what it's going to be. With She's All That, when we initially started in 2016, it was just a conference, a women's conference that was part of a church. And that's all that I knew it was going to be. Fast forward now where we stand in 2026, 10 years later, it has gone from a conference to now a movement. And so the great exploits, like I said earlier, like not only did we did She's All That birth out other movements, but She's All That also has a philanthropic side to it. So now we are in process of building an orphanage in East Congo, Goma, in Africa, and we have done food banks, especially during the time of COVID. When COVID hit, we have supported and we are supporting women in India for them to become self-sufficient and become truly the all that and more women that they are. And we are now, which for me makes me feel that we have come to a place of a full circle moment. Like I said earlier, the first time She's All That and More was birthed in my heart. It was when I went to a women's shelter. And now we have come to a place where She's All That and More. The movement is building a shelter, is starting with the process of building a shelter for women in Congo. And so we are very excited. I am very excited about what the Lord has allowed us to do in the last 10 years. So the exploits we transitioned from just it being a conference to now being a movement where we are not only speaking to the women, but we are equipping the women to become all that and more. Whew. And this is the part where I wanted to get to tell you what's next. So in the last 10 years, we started in Ottawa, the capital of Canada. This is where we are established as a movement. We started here. From there, we went to a different city in Canada, Kitchener, Ontario. From there, we went to the Netherlands in Rotterdam. From there, we went to Congo. We went to Goma. We went to Kinshasa and visited many other parts of Canada. Now we are finally back again in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. And so the next, that is for She's All That, we invite you to come to our next conference or next event that is taking place the 31st of July, the 1st of August, and the 2nd of August. Yes, 3 days. We usually always do 2 days. But for this one, we said it's 10 years. We need to celebrate, and we need to celebrate big. So the next event for She's All That and More, it's our Resilience Conference that is coming up July 31st, August 1st, and August 2nd in Ottawa, Ontario. You do not want to miss that one. What I would say to a woman that has received a vision and she's about to start or wants to start, but she's not too sure, I would say, go for it. Just do it. Do it afraid, do it insecure, but just do it. Do it and go with the strength that you have. And sometimes I know that people want to wait. You want to wait to have a little bit more clarity, to have the full picture, to have all the support, to have all the people that you want to have. And oftentimes when we start a vision, we don't start it with all the support. We don't start it with all the finances. We don't start it with all the clarity there is. Once you start walking in the path, the Lord will bring provision. Once you start walking in the path of obedience, you'll have more clarity. Like I said, She's All That started just as a conference. I thought we were gonna do it one time. Then I was like, okay, let's do this annually. And today it has turned into a movement that is feeding, that is helping, that is spreading faster than myself. She's All That has already reached places that I myself, the visionary, have not reached. So I want you to understand that the vision or the dream that God has laid in your heart is not just about you. You'll benefit from it, you'll profit from it, but it's not about you. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than what you can imagine. It's bigger than what you see right now. It's bigger than where you even think that it's going to go. Your vision can feed many, can save lives, can rescue people, and it can birth greater things even in other people's life. So my advice to you that senses a nudge, that feels that they're supposed to do something, and the Lord has spoken to you many times, I say do it, even if you must do it afraid. Go with the strength that you have now. Begin small. Do not despise the small beginnings, but go with the strength you have, and the Lord will be with you.